Mark chapter 10 verses 32-34. Now they were on the road, going up to Jerusalem, and Jesus was going before them, and they were amazed. And as they followed, they were afraid. Then he took the 12 aside again, and began to tell them the things that would happen to him. Behold, we are going up to Jerusalem, and the Son of Man will be betrayed to the chief priests and to the scribes, and they will condemn him to death and deliver him to the Gentiles. And they will mock him and scourge him and spit on him and kill him. And the third day he will rise again. Teachers tend to repeat themselves, especially when something is important. The best teacher ever, Jesus, repeated the prediction of his passion, death, and resurrection 3 times. The first instance was in Mark chapter 8. After feeding more than 4,000 people, healing a blind man at Bethsaida, and being asked about his identity at Caesarea Philippi, he spoke to his disciples about the final moments of his mission on earth. They did not understand him the first time, and so he repeated the same message following his transfiguration in Mark chapter 9. The third lesson is recorded in today's passage. Jesus and his disciples were on their way to Jerusalem. With Jesus slightly ahead of the group, it was a common practice in rabbinical culture for a teacher to walk in front of his students. There's more to this than just a culture, though. It also reflected Jesus' determination, something the disciples were only now becoming aware of. As they listened to the same lesson one more, they began to perceive what would happen in Jerusalem. Even so, their comprehension was still limited. As they watched their masters resolute progress towards Jerusalem, they were both amazed and afraid. What amazed them was Jesus' humility and obedience to the Father. Yet they were afraid of losing him and possibly losing their lives as well. It was to these amazed and frightened men that Jesus repeated the message about his passion, death, and resurrection for the 3rd time. Did they get it this time? Sadly not. Of course, they knew and remembered the content of the lesson, but they did not deeply embrace the fact that he would be going through all these things because of their sins and for their salvation. Have you heard about Jesus' suffering, death, and resurrection? If your answer is yes, that's a good start. Do you know that he died because of your sins? If so, then you are close to salvation. Do you know and accept that your sins are forgiven because of his death on the cross? If you say yes, then you are saved. Do you have confidence that you will either be transfigured or resurrected on the day of Jesus' second coming? If so, how blessed you are. Just like the disciples, knowing all the facts is not enough. The lesson must be absorbed into your heart so that every cell of your body sings in response to it. If you aren't there yet, may God bless you so that you can repeat this lesson until you find yourself at the foot of the cross.